The Nile River cuts through the desert like a lifeline. Without it, ancient Egypt may never have existed. But along its banks, one of the most powerful civilizations in history began to rise. This was ancient Egypt, an early river valley civilization built on geography, agriculture, religion, and power. So, how did Egypt become one of the world's greatest civilizations? It started with the Nile. Every year, the river flooded, leaving behind rich soil perfect for farming. Unlike many other regions, Egypt could produce reliable food supplies year after year. This allowed villages to grow into cities, and cities to unite into a civilization. Because the Nile flowed from south to north, it also became a highway for trade and communication. The surrounding deserts provided protection from invasions, helping Egypt remain stable for long periods of time. At the center of Egyptian society stood the pharaoh. The pharaoh was more than a king. Egyptians believed the pharaoh was a god on earth, responsible for maintaining order and harmony. This belief shaped nearly every part of Egyptian life. Religion was deeply important in ancient Egypt. Egyptians believed in many gods connected to nature, life, and death. They also believed in an afterlife. Because of this, preserving the body became extremely important. This led to the development of mummification. Tombs were filled with treasures, food, and objects people believed would be needed after death. Some tombs became enormous structures known as pyramids. The pyramids of Giza still stand today as symbols of Egyptian engineering and power. Ancient Egypt also developed important achievements in writing, mathematics, and architecture. Egyptians used a writing system called hieroglyphics, combining symbols and pictures to communicate ideas. Scribes recorded laws, taxes, religious beliefs, and historical events. In mathematics, Egyptians used geometry to help measure land after Nile floods. Their architectural achievements included temples, monuments, and massive stone structures built with incredible precision. But ancient Egypt was not completely isolated. It traded with neighboring societies and sometimes fought wars to expand its influence. Over thousands of years, Egypt experienced periods of strength, division, invasion, and recovery. Yet, despite these changes, Egyptian civilization endured far longer than many others. So, why does ancient Egypt matter? Because it became one of the foundations of human civilization. Its achievements influenced later societies in Africa, the Mediterranean, and beyond. And even today, thousands of years later, the pyramids, pharaohs, and mysteries of ancient Egypt continue to capture the world's imagination.